All right, what's going on? So right now I'm on my way to the gym, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the library, get on my work email and check all that shit, see if I got anything, and then I hope that I do, so that way I can sign whatever I need to sign or select whatever I need to select, and then go to the gym, and by the time I'm done with the gym, go back to the library, get on my work email, and then sign the next thing that they send. So what I've been seeing is people will sign the thing, or they'll elect to choose, or they'll choose what they want to go with, whether that is resignation or the early retirement and the resignation, or just the early retirement or whatever. Now, obviously I'm not retiring, and I never plan to ever in my entire life. Let the record stand there. And yeah, so I'm gonna go in there, say DRP, and then go to the gym. So that's what I'm gonna do. The reason why I'm doing that right now, and the reason why I'm so confident, is because there was 5,000 emails that were sent yesterday, and the numbers reflect that. It's all accurate according to what people have posted. And then last night around 9 o'clock, it seems like just a plethora of people got their approval letters, and then they got their options letter, and then chose which option they wanted, and then hours later, if not minutes, they got another email that says sign here. So somebody checked for me, because I posted on there. I just said, hey, what's AFMC looking like? And they said, and it's funny because I'm gonna laugh my ass off if this is true, but there was 3,533 emails sent out of 3,535. So that's 2 emails difference. So 3,533 sent out of 3,535 total. And I made a joke. I'm like, oh, guaranteed I'm one of those fucking 2 that has not gotten their resignation email. Like I'm 100%, that's me. So another guy was like, LMFAO, it's probably you and me, dude. And yeah, so we'll see. I'm headed there now. And either way, I'm actually pretty stoked to be hitting the gym earlier in the day, full of energy as well. So I'm potentially 10 minutes away from having an answer, and I will definitely be back on here. Library is a quiet place, obviously, so I can't just be like, oh, fuck, But if I get it, I'm gonna get on here and record and be like, guys, holy fucking shit, I got it, So that's what's going on. I've also had a Zoom call with Mina this morning. He asked if I could do it earlier, and I said, yeah, I can do whatever. And I was expecting, from 4 to maybe 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. And he said, hey, how about 8 a.m.? And I'm like, all right, you bet, dude. So not a big deal. I'm glad we got it out of the way. I don't have to worry about that later. But yeah, it was a nice call. He's excited to have me start doing some shit. And I'm looking forward to it as well. I just need to make sure this resignation goes through. If it doesn't, then there's backup plans to do stuff on the weekends and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a nice productive call. We went over a lot of different things, and there's the other thing. So he was asking when I could start and all this stuff, and I said, well, not this weekend, because I still got to do some stuff for I explained that it was Lexi and I's anniversary today, which it is. So I'll talk more about that later. But can't fucking believe we've been together a year, dude. Oh, I love that girl so much. But I explained that it was our anniversary, and I was explaining the things I have to do for her gift, and then I had to pause the recording because I started talking about the gift, and I don't want her to hear it yet, because I was like, by the time she listens to it, it'll be okay. But because I'm going to give the gift tomorrow, which if you're listening to this the day that it came out, which would be today, for you if you're listening, I didn't want her to hear that, because I think what she does is she listens to the newest episode every morning. She might be behind because she was in California for 10 days, but I just didn't want her to hear it. I didn't want her to hear it. Sorry, babe. So I paused the thing, and then it cuts off, and it's probably confusing for a sec, but yeah, there's that. But yeah, so I was talking to him about when I could start doing stuff. And I said, tomorrow I can put in 2 hours for sure, minimum, and go from there. I don't want to overcommit though, because it seems like I have a tendency to do that. Fired up, yeah, man, let's go 25 hours is today, you know? And then today happens and I'm like, oh, fuck all this. But I don't know, because there's a lot of things that I would have to do and set up that I don't think I can do it in 2 hours. So it's going to be a work in progress for sure for the time being, getting things set up. Because it's always a higher upfront cost of time to set up systems and processes and stuff as opposed to maintaining them. Because, for example, he wants to set up Slack and Notion and go high level, and he wants to integrate them together. And I don't think that you just do that in a couple hours. I think that's a process. You got to link everything up. You got to get the system set up. You got to make the account, you know. So I don't know. We'll see. But that's what's going on there. That's what the Zoom call was about. So it's about a 25-minute Zoom call. It's going to be a little bit later in this episode. And I think that's all I wanted to say right now. I'm going through the gate for base right now, so I'm just going to end it right here. Next time you hear from me, I will be letting you know which is going to be in like 10 seconds, if I got it or if I did not get it. So here we go. Wish me luck. Did we get it or did we not get it yet? Let's see. Well, I just checked my email and dude, holy fuck. I got an email. I did. So shitty thing is, so I got the email, everything's great. However, I'm not on the right network. So I just went to the library up where I work. So I'm able to access my email, which is a start, but I can't do fucking anything else. I can click on links, but I can't sign anything or look at anything or anything like that. So I was like, fuck, no way I got this email, but I can't even sign to some bitch. So what do I do now? So played some phone tag with my aunt, uncle, and cousin because they would know. And I asked the librarian, okay, well, what the fuck just happened? I asked the librarian as well if there's any public network or any network where I could access this information. She said yes, and she said that the building that I need to go to is actually right over there. She pointed, and there it was. So that's where I'm headed now. So I got the fucking email. It's my email to sign, or my intent to choose, whatever it is. And now all I have to do is go in there, email them back, select what I want to select or whatever. And then I'm going to go to the gym. And then hopefully by the time I'm done at the gym, I come back and the other email to sign in and sign the actual thing is there. And then I can start admin leave ASAP. So I got to go to building 150, Military and Family Readiness Center. Here we go. No through traffic. All right, well, we're coming in now, so we'll see what I find out. But I did get an email. And holy fuck, I've never been so excited in my life to receive an email before. This is insane. I don't even know how to get into this place. Customer parking. Am I a customer? I guess I'm a customer. I'm not really trying to buy shit, just trying to use your, I guess, whatever. All right, well, let's go in there and see. All right, so went into this other facility and we got 100% email confirmations, or not the intent email, that shit. We got that 100% signed, taken care of, got all that done. Now, everything that I'm seeing says that the official approval letter will be sent right after. And people are saying it's like 10 minutes to 30 minutes to an hour. And that's very consistent across the board. The most common one that I've seen is, I guess I can go, huh? The most common one that I've seen is 30 minutes. And I sat in that little computer lab area for, I don't know, 10, 15, and still didn't get anything. So obviously the goal now is to go to the gym. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna head to the gym, and when I'm done with the gym, I'm gonna go back, and then hopefully there's the approval letter saying that I am good. Then when I start admin leave and all that shit. So I said to notify my supervisor. I did that. I texted my supervisor. I said, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what I've, all that, because that's what it said to do. And so just waiting on the approval. But I'm interested to see what happens next. I'm really excited. So nothing's 100% official, but I say it's official. So what a fucking breath of fresh air, dude. I walked out of that building and it was like the air was warmer and the air was crisper. It smelled better. Life was, oh, dude, holy fuck. So just arrived at the gym, gonna go to the gym and do my shit. And that's that. So holy fuck, we made it. I just need that official email. So next time you hear from me will probably be after I sign that motherfucker. So see you soon. Yo. Guess what, dude? I got the email. I signed the email. So now, unless my supervisor is a giant trash bag full of saggy shit, my last day will be Monday. Holy shit, dude, we made it. We fucking made it. Here we are. About time. This big, long limbo phase has finally come to an end. Holy shit. What started off on January 28th has now finished, and we are now officially resigning from my job, and I'll be paid until September 30th. So January 28th is when it was announced, I believe, the resignation, and then it closed, I think, at the end of February, and then I didn't hear back for 2 more weeks. And then they said no, and then March happened, and then April happened. April is when they announced the second one. I applied for that on the 7th, didn't hear a goddamn thing until the 22nd of April, so there's 2 weeks there. And then I didn't hear a goddamn thing again for another 2 weeks, which is May 5th, I think. And then I heard back technically last night at, what was it? I think it was like 9:08 or whatever I said. I think I said it earlier, I can't remember. And then I go in today to sign this sumbitch, and I sign it, and then the next email came about 33 minutes later, or 43 minutes later, however long it was. And then that was saying congratulations. And matter of fact, let me read it. Because I forwarded it to myself. Let's see. Okay, let's read this. It starts off by saying, congratulations, Bryson. We are pleased to inform you that your enrollment in the Department of Defense DoD Deferred Resignation Program, DRP, too many fucking acronyms, dude, was approved. Since you requested to participate in the DoD DRP by liking DRP or resignation, please contact your supervisor to begin on offboarding process. And then it has a whole list of shit for me to do, kinda, if I'm over 40, which I'm not. And if I'm not over 40, then I just have to figure out when I want to go on admin leave with my supervisor. And unless he's a giant piece of saggy shit, then I would have to believe that Monday is my last day. Maybe Tuesday. Whatever it is, I have a day and a half of PTO. So he could say Wednesday, but I'm going to use PTO, and I'm only going to work on Monday. So that's cool. I also sent him a text, and you wouldn't believe it, but he won't respond, guaranteed. Rightfully so, I guess. I mean, technically, for being fair here, it is the weekend. It's off-duty hours. I get that, but, I'm trying to leave, bro. So, yeah, it says you are required to execute. Okay, so it just says a whole bunch of shit. Dude, this is the part that actually irked me. So it says this. So keep in mind that I got 2 emails between April 7th and yesterday. So a month. I got 2 responses in 1 month. They said this. If you have... Okay, so let me just read this full part. In addition to the DRP offboarding guide, it is important to reach out to your local civilian personnel office for a copy. I'm surprised that's not a fucking acronym, CPO. Your civilian personnel office for a copy of your local out processing checklist and any additional local tasks or requirements which may need to be addressed. Their expertise and assistance will be invaluable in ensuring that you meet all local obligations and complete the transition smoothly. And then it says this, dude. Your attention to these details and timely cooperation in completing these required steps is critical to participating in DRP. Says the motherfuckers who took a goddamn month to send 2 emails. Eat my cock and balls, dude. That shit gets me so fucking mad. Don't tell me I have to be quick, and then you take 2 months to send 1 email, bro. Oh, fuck all that, dude. Oh, man, getting canceled for saying all that. Dude, guess what? I don't care. Dude, that was from the heart right there. Dude, don't tell me to be fast when you're taking your sweet ass time. Every fucking Monday we get an email that says, what'd you do for the last week? In 5 bullets, dude. That guy, whoever did that, you can make the shit go out quick. Dude, okay. Rant over, just holy fuck, dude. Don't tell me to be quick when you just took a whole goddamn month to let me know and you were late in doing so, whores. God damn. Okay, that's it. All right. Well, anyway, so we got this, and so now it's 3:38. I found out about this 3 hours ago, and then I just drove home, and I've just been kind of cleaning up my place and just hanging out. It hasn't really sunk in yet, and these things usually never do until, it's actually official. But yeah, so it's real. I'm going to not have to go into work. That means the opportunity with Mina is a go with all the extra hours. And then that means more time for Brian. There's so much fucking shit that's about to change for me. And wow, this is great. So now what I really have to do is take full advantage of this 4.5 month opportunity. So by the time that this goes in, I want to say May 13th or any day between the 12th and the 16th next week, I'm pretty sure is when I'm going to be gone. Unless my supervisor is a ginormous sack of crud. He did say, so here's what he did say. He did say last week, because I said, isn't there a 7-day wait period? And he says no. And I found out that that's only if you're over 40, because if you're doing the retirement, that's a little bit different. But I'm not. And I said, isn't there a 7-day wait? And he says, no, I wouldn't, if you wanted, I could, we could get you going. And then he stopped. I took that as like I could be out by the end of the day. That's how I took it, because it looks like we print out this agreement. I fill in the blanks. He signs it. I sign it. And then he does all of his shit, puts me on admin leave, and then my ass is gone. So there's that. So, the 12th through the 16th should be gone. Can't remember where I was going with that. What's new? But, I'm very excited with that. So I got to make sure that that's where I was going. These next 4.5 months, I guess 4 months and 3 weeks almost, I don't know, is just taken full advantage of, because how this is going to work for me is I take this shit so serious so that in 4.5 months, we'll just call it 5, that in 5 months I am debt free, for one. And number 2, I have a shit ton more knowledge and skills with coding that I could get a job if I wanted or needed to. And 3, that I take the shit serious with Mina, especially because we were talking back and forth in the Zoom call, in which you will hear for sure at the end of this episode. It's weird because I've recorded like 4 different parts today. But so it starts out at 12 hours a week, and then I messaged him a little bit later. I said, loaded question for you. Where do you foresee my role being in 6 months and in 12 months? And he says, I think eventually I'd like someone to be head of operations or chief operation officer role, so COO. And then he says, I just don't know about timeline for you because I know the rest of things you are interested in. And then I said, just working with Brian and such, or what do you mean exactly? He says, the coding and other projects you have, brother. And I said, if I'm being 100% honest, yes, absolutely. But still my end goal remains to run my own business in the software world at some point. But if I can get a solid gig with EmiFit, I will hop on that all day long, especially with how things are now, man. I'd rather work for EmiFit than PT Dom. You're a good dude. Not trying to blow smoke up your ass either. Brian has some don't like it, then get the fuck off energy, which is cool and all, but I don't want to feel like I'm walking on eggshells. And then I said, ideally, I make some stuff that benefits you, and I can sell that, like you said. And then I also let him know that it's 100% official. So that's that. So I'd like to think that something could be worked out in 4 or 5 months, to where my hours could either be more or whatever, and I could make sure that I don't have to get another job, because I'm not opposed to getting another job. I'm not saying like, I'm never going to get another 9 to 5 again, because that's a real possibility. it's very likely that I'm going to have to, but it's fine because whatever that one is, it doesn't have to be the greatest or the best or whatever. It just has to supplement my income enough to where Lexi and I are taken care of, and I have all the time that I need to work on my shit and make my dreams become reality. So that's that. And then obviously we have the working for Brian, and we got all that stuff, and it's going to be extra income. So definitely have to take that serious for the next 6 months. I mean, always take it serious for sure. But if they said I'm only going to work with them for 6 months, I'm just going to assume and plan for the fact that I will not work with them come October, I guess technically November, and plan for that so that I don't get my hopes up or whatever. And then hopefully that I stay with them for however long I need. Because if I reach a point with Mina where it's like, 4 hours a day, I don't know, I'm just going to make some stuff up. That's about 25 hours a week. If I'm doing 6 days, it's 24, but let's round up, call it 25. So if we have 25, we'll just say by that time we're making 35 an hour. I don't know. I don't know what to, so 20, we'll just call it 24 to be, so 4 hours a day is $840 a week. That's $33.60 per month. And then if I'm doing a similar thing with Brian, if I'm still doing 20 hours a week, then, we have 20 times 31 a week times 4. So total, that's $58.20. So it's more than I make now. And I think I make $5,004. No. Yeah, it's fine because I make $2,502 gross. Times that by 2, it's $5,004. So it's $800 more. All I'm trying to say is, even with kind of like bare minimum with Mina, kind of bare minimum with Brian, as long as that's going, I'll be all right. So this we'll be able to see when this happens. Let's see. Siri, how many days away? Hey Siri, how many days away is October 15th, 2025?
It's 159 days until then.
Siri, what is 159 plus 567? I fucked it up.
It's 55,726.
Fuck. Siri, what's 159 plus 567?
The answer is 726.
So around that episode right there, and that's when we'll figure out, around 726, that's when we'll figure out what's going on. So actually, pretty close to the year mark of the show. It said 726. Okay, that checks out because 730 would be 2 years. Dude, we're almost at 2 years. Holy fucking shit. Speaking about years, let's get into this. Dude, it's Lexi and I's 1 year anniversary today. 1 year. I can't believe that. And I actually have this. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I have this. Where was this? I started recording. I wanted to make this little side project for Lexi and I, but I made this before I met Lexi, right before I went to the airport.
Well, this is technically 204, but it's a special occasion, so this will be for Lexi number 1. I'm nervous as shit. Well, not nervous, but I'm feeling all the emotions at the moment. I'm very excited.
So I just recorded that before I met her. There is that one. I think I have one where it was our first goodbye, and first goodbye. I don't even know what that one is. But I recorded that a year ago today. 1 year ago today. That's insane, dude. And I just can't believe that it's been a year. So that was us meeting for the first time, technically, because not technically, that was us meeting for the first time. We'd been talking for 2 months beforehand, and then she decided to book a flight out here. So she was pretty ballsy to want to fly across the country to meet up with a man that she has never met before and just has seen pictures and occasionally talked on the phone. I don't even think we talked on the phone that much. No, we didn't even talk on the phone. We didn't even FaceTime. We just sent videos and things back and forth. But even that was limited. And every time she would send me a video, I was like, oh shit, this is real. She's a real person, you know? And then she moved here in June, and then we've been pretty much having a weekly date night ever since. And obviously there's been a couple weeks where we don't, because, you know, I got something going on or she's got something going on, or she's flying to home or whatever and leaving me behind and forgetting all about me. Just kidding, I love you. So yeah, that's been consistent, and it's just everything that we've got going on has been perfect. Our biggest, and I mean this, I don't know how to explain it, but our biggest disagreement or argument or whatever, our biggest conflict, no shit, and I don't even want to call it a conflict. It's almost funny. It's just our biggest disagreement is what kind of dog we would want to get, and also with the fact that she does not like scary movies and horror stuff, and I do. I love that shit. Because, for example, we went to Lagoon. Lagoon's an amusement park in Utah, wherever you're listening. They have a thing called Frightmares. They make the whole amusement park Halloween themed, and they actually make it scary. They also have haunted houses and shit like that. And she did not want to go into any of the haunted houses or anything like that. And I was like, fuck, you know, that actually sucks, dude, but it's okay. But anyway, I'm not going to get into it. That's our number one disagreement or conflict or whatever. Like, that's it. That's been the number one thing. I mean, I'm not going to say we haven't had disagreements other than that. Like, we've had things where something comes up and I'm like, oh, I fucked up. I'm sorry. My bad. Wasn't thinking about that. I'm sorry. I love you, you know? And there's been times where she's done something that I didn't like, and I'm like, hey, you know, I felt this way when you did or didn't do this. You know, like, let's talk about it. And she's like, hey, don't do that. Like, let's talk about it this way. I'm like, fuck, my bad. Okay, we'll do it this way. And it's just, we're going back and forth. So in a good way, like, it's very productive. It's fucking awesome. And no, I'm not censoring how I'm speaking because I know she's listening. This is literally how I would tell homie from work what's going on. So there's no complaints there. I love Alexis Buchanan so fucking much, and I can't believe it's already been a year. So happy 1 year to us. Tomorrow we are going to celebrate it. Tonight we're going to go and... So here's the thing. So when I picked her up from the airport, we stopped at this random ass parking lot in Centerville, and we got out of the car and we slow danced. And truthfully speaking, in the moment, I was like, this is unusual. I don't know this woman. I just met her, and we're dancing in the parking lot. I don't know how to dance. I don't think I've ever danced. Dude, even when I went to proms and shit in high school, I don't think I danced, dude. So I'm like, oh man, I don't know what's going on. So we're going to go back to that same parking lot, have some Chick-fil-A or In-N-Out or whatever. And that's going to be our date tonight because she has to work tomorrow. And because she has a job. And I'm just kidding. And tomorrow, what we're going to do is, because it's date night usually, and because she doesn't work on Sunday, or maybe, wait. You know, she does not. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the same place that we had our first date, which is Twigs in Farmington. So that's what we're going to do. And dude, I just can't believe it's already been a year. That's insane. Like today, a year ago, I was getting ready to go get her from the airport. It was actually like 5 hours from now, but still, dude, what the fuck? So yeah, I'm just crazy, dude. Time flies for one, but I'd also like to go on record and say that I have been supported. I have been loved. I have been encouraged. I have been taken care of. I have been all the above from her. And I've talked about it before on here, but it's like she treats me so well and is just everything and more that any man could possibly ask for, that I just don't know how the fuck I got so lucky. And it's crazy. And it just goes to show that swiping your finger on a phone screen can change your life forever, which is another parallel to the smallest, tiny, insignificant, microscopic, little itty bitty teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikini thing that happens in your life can changed the entire trajectory forever. If I would have put my thumb in the other direction, I would have Dude, if you guys have seen the Mighty Ducks movie, this is the perfect comparison. I gotta find it. You're not gonna be able to watch it, obviously, but you gotta be able to hear it. Mighty Ducks, it's a movie with, I don't fucking know. Mighty Fucks. I literally just have that in. Mighty Ducks scene missed completely. A quarter of an inch. He says a quarter of an inch one way, and you would have missed. Or I would have made it. And then he says a quarter of an inch the other way, you would have missed completely. Where the fuck is it? Is this one? Quarter of an inch, Charlie. Is it this one? Quarter of an inch, Charlie. A quarter of an inch, Charlie. Mighty Ducks scene. Here we go.
Talk to the guys?
I tried. But you said you blew a really big game once.
Here we go.
Yeah, well, Peter's right. It was the last game of the state finals. We were tied 2-2 in the end of the third period. I get a penalty shot. I go in, I triple deke, I fake the goalie right out of his pads. Puck's headed in, and then clang. Hits the post. We lost in overtime. A quarter of an inch this way and it would have gone in. A quarter of an inch, Charlie.
Well, yeah, but a quarter of an inch the other way and you would have missed completely.
I never thought of it that way.
At least you got to play at a champion.
There it is. One tiny swipe to the right changed my life. If I would have swiped the other way, everything would have changed. It just that the goalpost is the middle of the screen. The puck is my thumb. It's the best way I can put it. So yeah, just scored the puck in this example, and life has been never the same since in such a great way. And I'm just so thankful that I met Alexis when I did. So if you go back and listen to the early episodes of this podcast, I talk publicly about how I feel like I was never going to find a girl because I was so insecure and I was so in my head and the things that I was going, I just was so confident that I was not going to find anybody. And then she rolled around and I was like, hey, what you doing? What doings? That's for her. What doings? And then, so here we are. So here's the first, I'm looking at the calendar at the top right of my computer screen. It says Friday, May 9th. That's insane. So here's to one happy, successful, fulfilling year. So much has happened. Period. But there's so much that has happened between her and I, and it's exciting. So to think that we had such an incredible year and that this is only the first, I don't know. It's either we set the bar so high or this is like, and I say this in a good way, but like the worst year we've ever had because the rest of our life is about to be 10 times better. Because if this is the best year we've had, but every year that we have, here's some perspective for you. If this is the best year we've ever had, period, obviously it's one, so of course it's ever. But we don't have a year like this for the next 80 years. Every single year after this is better than this one. That would make this year, on paper, the worst year. If this is the worst year, I made one hell of a great decision. I'll tell you what. Selfishly, made a great decision. This woman kicks fucking ass, and I love her to death. So that being said, I'm gonna leave that there. I'm very, very grateful that I met her. And Lexi, if you're listening, I love you so very much. You are everything to me, and I'm so thankful that I met you. Fuck, getting emotional. All right. So, happy anniversary. So on my anniversary of dating the greatest woman ever, I also find out that I am no longer going to have to go to my job. I'm also going to be getting paid for the next 4.5 months, which means that I'm also going to be taking up more hours with Mina, which means that's a whole new opportunity, which means that I have 10 hours more per day to work on stuff, which means that I don't have to go to bed at 8:30 if I don't want to. I don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. if I don't want to. And I just have 50 hours more per week to do shit now. That is so much fucking time. Now, this sounds like a great opportunity. Sounds like I'm lucky. Sounds like XYZ. But if I were to just dick off for the next 4.5 months, I would be fucked. And this would not be an opportunity. It would be an opportunity, but it would be an opportunity that I blew because I don't have to do shit. I essentially have a 4.5 month vacation, so I could sit home and I don't know. I could just play video games all day. I could because I'm still getting paid. I'm still got all my shit. I'm fine. I absolutely could. But what I'm going to do is work for Mina. I'm going to work for Brian. I'm going to hopefully do some projects for other people in the meantime, and I'm ultimately going to learn how to code so that if worst comes to worst, I can get a job for some company and make actual income. But the goal is that I take my shit serious with Mina and Brian, that they are both either at least one is a full-time opportunity that pays well, and that I'm, because Mina was talking, he said COO, that's Chief Operations or Operating Officer, which is essential. So there's Chief Executive Officer, CEO, and there's COO. And I don't give a shit if this company is smaller or bigger or whatever. COO. You know what that does on a resume, dude? God damn. Not that I'm trying to get a job for the long term or whatever, but if it came down to it and something happened, I could get a job. So I love this so much. It just sounds so cocky when you say it, but like for someone who's ambitious and wants to do big shit in life, if you really push for it, but you fail, your worst case scenario is everybody else's normal, average daily life. So my worst case scenario is me living life exactly how I am right now. If I go all in on everything and it fails and it backfires and I never amount to shit, well, this right here, right, what I've got going on right now is my worst case scenario. So, and obviously I know that you can lose everything. Whole family blows up in a fucking jet explosion. I don't know. And then, you get poisoning, you get disease, whatever. I mean, it can get way worse. I understand that. I'm not going to take that for granted. But like right now, how life is, this is the worst it's going to get for me mentally, because this is for me like the lowest that I could possibly be. I'm working a night. I don't know how to talk about the show without sounding like an arrogant fuck ass. I have no idea. Like I just want to do big shit in life. And so because I want to do that, everything that's not that, it's just I'm not satisfied. I'm not impressed. It just is what it is for me. Anybody else, like if you're listening to this and you work a 9 to 5 and you barely get by, but you have kids, a wife, and you're happy, dude, you won. Congratulations. For me, dude, I can't wrap my head around that. So I guess I'm blessed with a curse, right? And I really want to make that clear. Like you do whatever you want to do that makes you happy. I'm doing that. I'm just my goals are different than your goals. And maybe you want to be a trillionaire. That'd be cool to be a trillionaire. That's not the goal necessarily for me. I just want to get to a certain point where my ideas are the reason why other people can provide for their families. That's ultimately what I want. Make something great, make some kind of service or software that employs somebody else to provide food and shelter and vacation and experiences for their family and their kids the same way that I would want to be able to do that for my family. So, oh man, dude, what a show. We haven't even put the Zoom call in here yet. By the way, I think I said it, but the Zoom call happened as of right now 8 hours ago. And so everything that you hear in that Zoom call obviously is not happened yet. Speak of the devil, there's Lexi. Hey, beautiful. So yeah, it's now 4:01 p.m. I'm going to get ready for the evening, and I'm going to go to Lexi's house, pick her up, and I'm going to go get food in that parking lot, and then we are going to, I guess, figure out the rest. I don't know, but that's what's going on. So I'm gonna have to put a little. Never mind. Just I was gonna say I want to put a little excerpt of her in the show, but I don't want to have to get that and then figure out where I'm going to splice it in here and then upload it and then put it in here and then edit it and then talk about the fact. I don't know. Just maybe I will. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. All right, guys, that's it. That's it for today. It was episode, I don't know, 567. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? What the fuck episode is it today? 567? Nope, 568. It's 568. A month away from 600. That's insane. All right, guys. Appreciate you. I'm stoked for this next chapter in life. It's about to be a very hard chapter, but it's about to be very liberating as well. So, love you guys. Talk to you later. Here's a Zoom call. Bye-bye. Yo.
Sorry.
You just went completely silent. I can't hear you.
Hello?
There we go.
Sorry about that. Sorry to be late.
Oh, you're good, man. I just like giving you shit. That's funny.
Just fucking... There's always these mornings where I just feel like I'm getting dragged in like 5 different directions or something.
Yeah. I'm tied to 5 horses or some shit.
Yeah. How's everything going with you?
Everything's great, dude. There's more emails that got sent out, so I'm actually going to go up to where I work and go to the library and see if I can check my email and do all that shit today because I don't work. So
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Everything's good, though. Yeah, just hanging out.
Nice. And timeline-wise on that, what do you think?
I think I think worst case scenario, I don't see anything till Monday, which is what I was planning on. And then I would sign whatever the hell I got to sign. And then apparently there's like this 7-day period where I have to out process. But my supervisor, he didn't say these words, but he's like, yeah, we could get you out of here like same day. So I don't know. I think the safest bet to be, let's see, it would be May 19th. Well, technically it would be May. Yeah, it'd be May 19th. Everything would be, like, I would not have work anymore.
May 19th is a Monday?
Yeah. Or if I signed it today, I think technically next Friday would be my first day not working. Cool. So we'll see. I'll let you know about that.
That's exciting, bro. What the fuck?
I know. Holy shit.
Sick. Okay.
Yeah, I'm so ready, dude.
Yeah, it's a long time coming.
Just this limbo phase that's just it's so exhausting, dude.
I can imagine.
I'm just sitting here going like this, like refresh on my email, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd want to get the fuck out of there ASAP, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the small shit. You can't relate to this. I got to share it, though. I just have to ask my supervisor, like, if I can go places. You know what I mean? Like, hey, can I run up here to grab some lunch? And be back by 11. Do shit like that. Just, oh, my God. You know what I mean?
Why can't I relate to that? That's how I lived my life for, like, 6 years.
Right now, you cannot.
Yeah, but I was there, bro.
Yeah, I know you were there. I just meant right now.
Yeah, it was, like, 2 years at a bank where I had to fucking ask to just go on break, I remember.
Yeah.
Then I moved to the corporate office and I still had to ask. And then I moved to a whole different finance like company. And that was like 4 or 5 years. Sucked ass. I hated it.
Yeah. I don't think I'm too good for this shit, but dude, it's just like, okay. You know?
No, some people are good with that. Some people need to have that type of management. Some people don't. But yeah, anyways, okay, so what we talked about last week, bless you or not, what we talked about last week was obviously the responsibilities and such. And I know that you're still technically working, so I get that 100%. I wanted to see if there was any way we can start at least some of the tasks, like during your downtime in the next couple days or few days.
Yeah.
To get the ball rolling. You know what I mean? I love the fact that we're going to do this May 19th, but I'd like to, you know me, I'd like to get a little ahead of the game.
Yeah. 100%.
That's something you're open with?
Yeah, 100%.
Cool. All right. Share my screen. I put up a doc earlier this morning just for the responsibilities again.
Okay, let's see it. Is this a doc or is it still ChatGPT?
No, it's actually a doc.
Okay.
But from ChatGPT.
That's fine.
But yeah.
Dude, I came across some random video on YouTube and it was some rapper and I liked it, so I clicked on his profile. And if you go to the About page, like his whole thing was written by ChatGPT. You can tell like all the dashes and all the, it's not about this, it's about this. I'm like, holy shit, dude, it's everywhere.
He's hard, bro. He goes hard, bro. Okay, so basically it's what we talked about last week with the different responsibilities plus the two. I added the two of what we talked about as well, the ones with the KPIs. So I think the KPI one wasn't included from our ChatGPT discussion. And then, because I rewatched our recording, I was like, I know there was two that wasn't fucking included. And the platform and tool coordination. I added Notion just because after our last talk last night.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to see where you were at there too, because I think you've used Notion before.
I used it before, and then there's some things that it didn't do that I really wanted that I was like, I'm not going to use this then. But yeah, it's really cool, dude. It's very...
actually, someone who uses Notion a lot is Darcy. Darcy loves fucking Notion. Yeah, she got me on it, and I kept looking like how she organizes things. That can be the central hub for all of our client, like all of our employee resources. Yeah. So everything that we have can just be assimilated there, and you can actually link up Notion and Slack. Let me show you what I saw from ChatGPT because it did to me yesterday. Okay. I just don't remember what the fuck it was.
There's some guy in the CLA. His name is Anthony Pack. Do you know who that is? Maybe he's in the MDM. I don't know. Well, anyway, he posted something on his story about Notion, and he had exactly what we're talking about. He had like all the things they got to sign, all the resources, and it was just all for employee stuff and things that we would send to the client or send to whatever. And it was all organized. I was like, dude, this does my eyes good. This is crazy.
Yeah, because look, I saw here, for example, just how Slack and Notion work together. And it's the fact that you can apparently, I don't know, sometimes ChatGPT says some bullshit, you know what I mean? But apparently you can install the Notion app inside Slack, so then you can start using the hashtag and stuff like that. Really? And then it can go to the Notion. That's what it's saying. So I'd love to see if that's actually the case, because then, dude, we could just put everything that we have with these group messages, with how we communicate all into Slack and Notion. I have basically all the SOPs done. We would just need to move them. That's it. And then plus I have so many other things that I want to teach. And I had this big discussion with Bryson a couple days. He just called me randomly 10:30 at night. I was like, what the fuck? So I was like, yo, and whatever. We talked a little bit because I had asked him a question on our convos with B, and the question I had was right now I'm in this weird state where I feel like I'm delegating a lot, which is good. My sales calls, the check-ins, everything, right? Client communications, pretty much all covered. Pretty much. I'm still jumping in every now and then, but I just don't know what to do. I feel busy, but I'm busy in the wrong things. So he told me, he's like, there's three things that you have to focus on right now. Content being one, obviously. Then clients, of course, delivery. So delivery being for me, since I'm kind of disconnected from that right now, it would be more of not SOPs, but trainings. I actually had an idea last night when I was laying in bed at 12:30 at night. I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why don't I have this thing where every Monday or every whatever, I send out a blast message with a training? Why don't I do that? You know what I mean? Just send them a Loom and, hey, it's Monday, Mindset Monday. You guys know what that means. Here's something I want you to keep on your minds this week. You know what I mean? Why the fuck not? You know? Okay. Or just put it in the community or something. Besides the point, I'm digressing to what I wanted to bring. The third thing was team, coaching the team, right? That's why I sent that voice note yesterday of what are you guys struggling with and what can I help with? You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I want to get to the point, Bryson, where we have so many playbooks for everything. Playbooks so that we can plug and play. If I hire another shadow coach, if I hire someone, whatever, your section is here. Here's how you get onboarded, and you go from there. Darcy, actually, I told her, I think I told you this. Darcy got an opportunity to work with Chloe and Harry in the MDM. Do you know who they are?
I think so. Only from that group chat. They're the ones that have three weeks of calls booked out, right?
Yeah, they're pulling in like 240, 250K a month. Yeah, it's crazy.
Unreal.
Yeah, well, that's Australian, so it's like really like 180.
Oh, okay,
They're
okay,
pretty
yeah,
broke.
that is a
I
little
won't
bit
lie.
inflated, yeah.
They're pretty broke. I don't know how they're surviving, but anyways, no. So she got the opportunity to work for them, and she like actually was torn. I was like, "There's nothing to be torn about. Take the opportunity." 100%.
Yeah, Darcy's in Australia.
She's in Australia. I said it's better for your time zone. There's more calls. There's like better opportunity. I told her like straight up. The only contingency is that she's interviewing and going to train a new closer for me, which that's like the trade-off, which is good. So like,
that's cool.
A clean split. But yeah, so anyways, she told me how they do things, and it's very admirable. Like, they treat things like a company to the fucking T. She's like, the amount of stuff you have to do just to be onboarded as an employee is crazy. You know what I mean? And they're very like this. They have their operation managers, they have their finance managers, they have their nurture. They have something called a nurture specialist, which is pretty cool because they're so booked out for 3 weeks. They need to make nurture specialists, right? So that way they can keep someone's interest going for 3 weeks. It's very smart. Like, the more you think about it, the more I'm like, wow, this makes fucking sense.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need that right now because someone can book a call for tomorrow. But for the most
Good
part,
problems to have, I guess, you know?
Yeah. So what I'm getting at is like, I want to have really seamless employee documents and employee hub, and I think that Slack and Notion can do that for us. Mm-hmm. High level for me seems more of like a process flow kind of thing with the sales and the, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't know how to explain it, but it's not, I don't think high level can do what Slack and Notion can do, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Well,
like Slack and Notion are more like documentation, communication, things like that.
Yeah.
High level is more like processes, like, you know what I mean, like Lifeline, timeline, automation,
like leads and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Emails
So that's
yeah.
So that's why I put them here on this doc because they're separate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Slack will be the communication. Notion will be the assignments, SOPs, internal doc, day-to-day responsibilities, whatever. And I think you're probably, with the rest of the responsibilities that we have, we already talked about everything else here, like everything else. I think you're going to live on Slack and Notion.
Okay.
I think so. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think Slack and Notion can both integrate so many other apps as well. So whatever we need, just bring it in.
Exactly. And I think that with the rest of the responsibilities, like, go hand in hand. You know what I mean? Because for you to track or to you to highlight, hey, miss check-in, whatever, maybe we have something like a channel or something for something like that, or, you know what I mean? Or, you know, client win missed or whatever the case may be.
Well, that's what Brian's got. He's got the where is it? He's got like the general tab where people just talk but nobody talks. And there's failed payments, CLA automations, client signups. Yeah, there's just a whole different thing. And I think you're right. When you just hashtag it just goes in there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So that's what I'm thinking, because like failed payments would be huge too, because like one of the things that we talked about last week was the managing the payments, right? So like if someone gets like a split pay or something, you can just schedule that, you know what I mean, on Stripe.
Yeah.
Or if like a monthly is supposed to come in, or a payment's supposed to come in today and it doesn't come in, you see that. Like that responsibility is probably going to be your day to day, like a pretty much consistent day, where you see if there's a payment due that day, you charge it, or you like have it scheduled already and just see that it went through. That's it. Other than that, it's like a 2-second thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if there's ever any payment issues, like, then you can let me know. And then that's when I text them and be like, yo, fucking money.
Yeah. Yeah, pay up. But
yeah. Okay. Client log. This is already built out. Like we said, I don't want to go through all these again, but client log is already built out. You built that out for us, which is cool. And then the onboarding tracker is just like, once someone actually starts the program and they get moved there, then you're moving them to the client log. That's it.
Okay.
And then the rest of the ones, like ghosting clients, like I would personally, like, why not have a channel in Slack or Notion, whatever, and like ghosting clients or need help client, whatever. Mm-hmm. And that way you're just hey, Myrna Camel hasn't replied in a couple days. Shadow coach, please follow up.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
like, you're not in the business, Bryson. You're taking care of the business. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm working on the business.
Yeah, exactly. So you're delegating things like I would. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you're going to delegate, hey, shadow coach, please follow up with this. Like, you're not actually going to go in there and message, hey, Myrna, where are you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're just delegating someone else to do that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Not that I can't, but that's not the.
No, you definitely can.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, like look, like, you're becoming another one of me, like an operation manager. So when that happens, of course, like, there has to be some sort of flow, you know?
Yeah.
I don't want it to be a thing where, like, you're spending, of the 2 hours of the day for now, like, you're spending an hour just messaging people. There's no.
Yeah.
You'll have someone, and the way I would want this is just, I would want your 2 hours earlier in the day. That way, everything's set up for the day, and the rest of the people take care for the rest of the day.
Yeah. I would prefer that too.
Yeah, cool.
I'd probably do something around this time anyway. So.
Good. That's perfect. And then the KPI tracking, like we talked about as well. And I think you said that you were developing something for Brian, I guess, something like that.
Yeah, he posted it, so I think it's live now.
Cool. I didn't even look, to be honest. I knew that was coming from you. So once he shared that he got spreadsheet, I was like, it's Bryson. We'll talk about it later.
Dude, he hasn't messaged me since then, so I don't know if he's upset or I don't know, dude.
I don't know either. Brian is just a very, like, just fucking this.
Yeah.
I've noticed. So when he called me about the that other thing, he invited me to VIP. I've been asking him for VIP for a while, and he's like, "Oh, there's no space, whatever." And then finally, people graduated. So I upgraded.
Wait, what's after MDM?
VIP.
Oh, that's got you.
But VIP is like, I'm still part of the MDM, but VIP is like invite only. So I was like, oh shit, like, I feel fucking special. And then I had to drop almost 50K. So
God damn, dude.
I was like, fuck it, it's worth it.
Good for you, dude.
So, thank you, bro. But yeah, so there's that. And then obviously the rest of the stuff that we already talked about, just overseeing what SOPs need to be updated or how operations, and this is probably going to be your shit. Mm-hmm. Like, just seeing where we can be better with processes and stuff.
Have you heard of Scribe?
What is it? It sounds very familiar, but I've never used it.
It's an SOP maker. So it's like when you click something, it like makes a little GIF of that clicking and where to click and highlights it. So like you just do the thing and then it makes the SOP for you.
Oh, you told me about this.
Yeah. I mentioned it a while ago, yeah. I keep getting more and more ads for it.
It like records your screen, basically.
Kind of, yeah.
And then as you start doing stuff, it just writes down what you're doing.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's AI or not, but for example,
how does it like know the purpose behind what you're doing?
I think you talk to it normally, like you just. So maybe it is AI. Maybe it does some generative stuff. So like if you were to highlight number 8 right here and then say what
it's basically what Loom has.
I don't use Loom, so wouldn't know.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
No, I don't know.
What Loom has is basically you record the video and you talk and you click and everything, and then you just, after you've done the video, you click create SOP or create step by step.
Oh, no way.
And then from there it sees what you were doing and will write down steps as an SOP, but then also like have screenshots of what you were doing at the time too.
That's so cool.
Like here, I'll show you. Like I made this SOP here, 5 seconds. Where the fuck did it go?
Are you lying to me?
Yeah, I was fucking lying. Cap. Here, generate a document.
Oh, that's cool. Step by step.
Yep. This is a short one, so it only has like 2 steps, but.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to see how Scribe works too. But
yeah, I haven't looked into it at all. I've just seen the ads. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Cool. All right. That's it. So, do you want to start or what? Do you have the time to start in the next few days, or you want to kick off later?
Well, here's the thing. So today's actually my 1 year anniversary with my girlfriend. So,
congrats! Dude.
Yeah, dude. Thank you. It's cool. I can't believe it. It's crazy. But so
nice.
Today,
where you guys going?
Well, so tomorrow. So usually our date night is Saturday. She has to work today. Whatever. So tomorrow we're gonna do everything. But today I got to get her gift and stuff. I'm trying to put it all together.
Cool.
So
you're making something?
Yeah. So I'm putting together this.
You're gonna be busy. Get it?
Yeah. So I'd answer your question, and then tomorrow's actually the anniversary date. I could do stuff tomorrow, though. Yeah, I could do tomorrow. I could do... it sucks, dude. I want to start, but it's just shitty timing. I mean, I can do stuff tomorrow, 100%, whatever.
I'm gonna share with you this operation manager thing. Probably didn't fit.
Okay.
Okay. I shared it with you. How many hours tomorrow can you get? Realistically.
Tomorrow, let's see. I don't want to overcommit here. Let's see. I could,
want to call it just 2 for now?
I'll just call it 2, and I'll just do that. It's a safe bet.
Cool. And then Sunday, can you or no?
Well, Sunday's Mother's Day, so I'm trying to...
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Just kind of a shitty timing for it, yeah.
What the fuck do I get my mom?
Take a screenshot like this, and just love you, Mom.
No, fuck. All right. Yeah, we have a wedding on Monday, too, on Sunday. Fucking dickhead has his wedding on a Mother's Day. Fuck.
Yeah, next Saturday, my girlfriend is running a half marathon, so that's not going to be an all-day thing by any means, but that's going. I'm sure we'll celebrate because she's been working her ass off for it. So,
sick. Okay, so just 2 hours tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll plan on that, but yeah, I don't want to overcommit. I'm like, yeah, I can do 8, and then.
Yeah, how about this? I sent you the doc, right?
That's what I was
of responsibilities. Why don't you check that out later today if you have the time? And just let me know what we can work on first. Ideally speaking, I'd like to set the foundations first. So whether that's high level that you already have access to or Notion or Slack or whatever, at least setting that up and having the channels there, I think you can do that in a couple hours.
Yeah, I can get Slack and Notion going.
Yeah, maybe that. I would also like the fucking... KPI tracking thing. And I know that I think Brian sent it, but if you have, you told me that you had something that's a little different. I don't remember what that was.
Yeah, I've got it. It's 10 times better. It's just that you have to say that, I know it's not safe. I know I'm taking risks, and you click OK. So that's the whole reason why he didn't want it. So.
All right.
And I was like, hey, dude, I promise it's safe. It's good. I made it. And he's like, no, it's not fully functional. I'm like, I don't know if you understand, bro, but it is. It's just you have to,
Yeah, I get it.
So we can use that. It's done. It's fancy. It's nice, but.
Yeah, maybe if you want to get that going for me too, that's fine.
Okay. Well, it's done. I can just send it over.
Cool. Then send it. Other than that, I think we're good. And then the rest of the stuff will come into play. I will let you know that one of the things that I told you about the updating SOPs thing, I'm basically planning on revamping the entire resource collection.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Yeah, the entire on-demand tab. Just going to fucking revamp it. It's almost going to be like a school-type approach, which I think is going to be super useful because... Like
lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3?
Sort of, yes.
Chapter
right.
1, chapter 2.
And I don't want to overwhelm people, right? And I don't want to give them this in the onboarding process because it's going to be way too much. You know what I mean? In 6 to 8, whatever, 4 days.
Yeah, I think dripping it out like you have been is a good call.
The onboarding process, honestly, is like pretty fucking good, It's just, I want to have that because I'm probably going to launch another program soon. And it's going to be like more of like a self-guided thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like a little less, whatever.
It's a lower ticket then?
Lower ticket kind of thing. And I think having that will be really good. And plus we over-deliver on the people that are already with us. and just say, hey, we have a whole new fucking curriculum that you want, if you want, you know.
Oh, that'd be sick, dude.
Yeah, like people joining and seeing a whole curriculum, like kind of like what Brian does with all his different things, like the CLA, the 10K, whatever. Like we'll have curriculums and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Do you want that in the resource tab, or would you want it somewhere else?
I will want it on the on-demand tab. Oh. And it's very easy to do because you can split it up by sections, and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd rather that than have people in 2 different platforms, and they have to make a school account, then they have the opportunity to chat with us on school and comment on shit. I'm like, it's going to be way too much.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Yeah, and this is all coming because I'm going to raise my pricing, and I'm going to also launch a VIP program as well.
Oh, man. What's the VIP program going to be? What's it going to entail?
Probably that's how we're going to introduce the nutrition specialist, I think. Or not. But that's up in the air. I don't know. That's some
hardcore one-on-one, like calls, Zoom calls.
Basically, they're going to get a Zoom call with me every week.
Mm-hmm.
Like every week you get a Zoom call with me, and that's how we check in with each other. And you'll just have to, you know, the morning of or the night before or whatever, you submit your check-in, and then you're going to have a Zoom call with me.
Damn, that's crazy.
And you'll have access to my number.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'll be able to text.
I'll just send it to everybody else.
I'm literally stealing what Brian does for his VIP.
Mm-hmm.
Because Clayton did it. He said that it's going very well. And then someone else did it, and then now I'm gonna do it too. I'm gonna charge an absurd amount though.
Yeah. Well, shit, going from $300 or $500 a month for CLA, and then it's $5,000 a month for MDM. Is that what it is?
For MDM,
the monthly amount, or is it $2,000?
$2,000. I think I paid 21,000.
Oh, you did it in bulk.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, going from $500 monthly to $50,000 for VIP, you know.
Yeah,
that's pretty nuts. It's not $50,000 a month, is it?
And VIP is only 6. No.
Okay, I was like, fuck, dude.
Fuck that. No, and it's for 6 months. It's not for a year. So.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was some option that was $50,000 a month. It just the way of the business, you know.
I fucking live with them or something. I don't know.
You're their roommate.
No, bro. It's gonna be worth it, 100%. Like the stuff you learn, like it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool,
bro. So just take a look at the doc. Let me know what your game plan is for tomorrow, so I can I'd want you to set the expectations of what's going to be done tomorrow.
Okay.
At least for the first 2 hours. That way, like I don't have unreal expectations, and I'm just going off what you said. And then from there we can go. All right.
Okay. Sounds good.
Anything else? Any other questions?
No, we're good. I'm stoked, dude.
Appreciate you, bro.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
I'll see you soon, bro.
Okay.
And congrats on the anniversary, man.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And send my best wishes to your girl, too.
Okay, will do, man. I'll let you know by the end of the day if I go up there and check my email and stuff, and we'll go from there.
Okay. You got it. All right.
Sweet.
Peace,
thanks, man. See you later.
See you.
Nice.